Hi, I'm Laurel Moe, and today I would like to talk about Dr. Harry Emerson Fosdick and the Fundamentalist Modernist controversy. Dr. Harry Emerson Fosdick was born in 1878, graduated from Colgate University in 1900, and entered Union Theological Seminary where he was influenced by liberal intellectuals. Fosdick was ordained as a Baptist minister in 1903. Fosdick served as a minister at a Baptist church for over a decade until he accepted a position at Union Theological Seminary in 1915. Fosdick was subsequently hired as a contract minister at the First Presbyterian Church in New York City in 1918. Fosdick visited China and Japan in 1921 and formed a negative opinion of the fundamentalist missionaries he observed, claiming that they were preaching only doctrine. Fosdick was alarmed by fundamentalists, whom he believed kept God prisoner in the past, such that God could not do works in the present. His negative experiences with fundamentalists formed the inspiration for his sermon, Shall the Fundamentalist Win?, delivered on May 21, 1922, to the congregation of the First Presbyterian Church. Fosdick began the sermon by describing liberals as true evangelicals who were working on the reconciliation of Christianity with new concepts of the scientific method, while calling out fundamentalists for placing limits on any religious discussion contrary to traditional doctrine. Now, there are multitudes of reverent Christians who have been unable to keep this new knowledge in one compartment of their minds and the Christian faith in another. They have been sure that all truth comes from the one God and is his revelation, not therefore from irreverence or caprice or destructive zeal, but for the sake of intellectual and spiritual integrity, that they might really love the Lord their God, not only with all their heart and soul and strength, but with all their mind. They have been trying to see this new knowledge in terms of the Christian faith, and to see the Christian faith in terms of this new knowledge. Fosdick stated that many Christians can no longer believe in the Immaculate Conception of Christ, substitutionary atonement, or the second coming of Christ, given the findings of modern science. Therefore, he believed that tolerance for different perspectives would be required for the Church to remain unified. Fosdick's sermon was met harshly from conservative clergy such as Pastor Clarence McCartney of the Arch Street Presbyterian Church in Philadelphia, who published his sermon, Shall Unbelief Win?, in which he stated that liberalism had secularized the church, and if not stopped, it would lead to a Christianity with no worship and no God or Jesus Christ. McCartney demanded that actions be taken to ensure that the First Presbyterian Church conformed with the Westminster Confession of Faith, which would lead to years of bitter infighting within the Presbyterian Church. Since Fosdick was a Baptist and not a Presbyterian, the decision was made to invite Fosdick to join the Presbyterian Church. Fosdick refused the invitation and resigned from his position on March 1, 1925, stating that his belief that the creed of the Church was based on an ancient confession of faith and was a danger to the well-being of the Church and to the integrity of a person's conscience was a reason for his leaving. Fosdick would build a new non-denominational church, Riverside Church in New York, with the sponsorship of John Rockefeller, where he remained until 1946. Fundamentalist Baptist pastor John Roach Stratton was skeptical of Fosdick's relationship with Rockefeller and stated in a sermon in June 1925 that the new church should be called Saccone Church in reference to Rockefeller's corporation, Standard Oil Company of New York. Fosdick became disillusioned with modernism during the Depression in 1933 and effectively ended the fundamentalist modernist controversy in a sermon, The Church Must Go Beyond Modernism, delivered in 1935. During the sermon, Fosdick stated that a rediscovery of Christ was necessary as liberals have become too focused on spiritually limiting intellectualism. It is a dangerous process for a great religion to begin adapting itself to a contemporary culture, for if it once starts playing chameleon and takes color from the prevailing thinking of its time, how can it stop such harmonizing from being compromising? To adjust Christian faith to the new astronomy, the new geology, the new biology is indispensable. But so started on a modernizing movement, suppose that Christianity accommodates itself to contemporary nationalism, imperialism, capitalism, racialism, harmonizing itself, that is, with the social status quo and the prevailing moral judgments of its time. What then has become of the religion submerged and blended with undifferentiated identity with the world?